Hi friends, as we all know that EPFO exam has been fixed in May 2020 and we have started complete free course on YouTube channel. This is the second lecturer of social security in India, and in the previous section we have read about what exactly is the definition of social security, and today we need to continue what is the difference between social assistance and what is difference between the social assistance as well as social insurance, and we also see what are those characteristics that will lead to social assistance and social insurance, and some of the definitions that international labor organization has defined on social assistance, as well as the commission that led to the formation of Employees State Insurance Act of 1948. So let's start with what exactly is social assistance. Social assistance, just a minute please. Yeah. Social assistance is nothing but the assistance provided by the state. It is provided by the state that is completely free of cost. It is completely free of cost. We can see social assistance schemes will grant benefits to the people needing them. It is needing them and not wanted them. Want is different from need. Want is different from need, because see, if at all you need a job, that means you are in need of money. If at all you want a job, you have already a job and you are searching for a good better opportunity. So there is a difference between need and want. So, social assistance is a scheme that will grant benefits to the people needing them. Social assistance is a device organized by the state. It is a device organized by the state by providing cash assistance and medical relief. Providing cash assistance as well as medical relief to such members of society as they cannot get them from their own resources. Okay, as now we'll go on to see what is social insurance. We can come to this International Labour Organization later. First we will see what is difference between social assistance and social insurance. Now we can see what is social insurance. Social insurance. Social insurance was first introduced by Otto von Bismarck. Remember this name, this can be asked. It was introduced by Otto von Bismarck in Germany and since spread it to the roots across the countries. Okay, social insurance is a planned insurance. Try to understand, it is a planned insurance, whereas it will not be a planned insurance in terms of social assistance. In social insurance, it is a planned insurance which aimed for protecting the wages of those workers who do not have sufficient sources to support their own self or their families in case of loss of income due to meeting contingencies in their work life. If at all assume a person is a breadwinner for the family, okay, and if at all for any other reason he dies, there will be no income for this family to survive. In order to in order to get this assistance, this person will enroll himself in an insurance where this will be a group insurance, and if at all there is a loss of one person, will the whole group will contribute their income to his family so that he can overcome from that crunch. So what are the basic features of the scheme of social insurance? We can understand what are the basic features of the schemes of the social insurance. Certain risks which cannot be faced by the persons in their individual capacity are faced collectively by a group of persons. Try to understand, if at all a person for any other reason he gets handicapped, or if at all he dies, then he can't be able to retrieve that income for his family. So here a group of persons will help this individual person. That is, certain risks which cannot be faced by the persons in their individual capacity are faced collectively by a group of persons. This is the first character. Then for the second character is for the purpose they have pooled together their resources. Here, if at all there are 10 persons, imagine that there are 10 persons, these all persons will pool their resource into a single wallet, and this wallet will contribute to the any one of the contingent person. If at all there are two persons who have died and their family requires the money, then this money will be withdrawn from this common pooled wallet, and it will be given to that person's family so that he can overcome his needs but not the wants. Next, the third characteristics is benefits are provided to them in case of contingencies. If at all a person is fine and he is working, he is earning, or he is a breadwinner for the family, then he will not be able to avail the benefits of that insurance. But if at all he is in the contingency, try to understand, if at all he is in the contingency, then that pooled money will be helping his family. Next, the, the next characteristics is, or the feature is, this makes them maintain their standard up to subsistence level. That means if at all you are at the level of third stage and if you went to the second stage, this pool insurance will make you to lift you to the third stage. Then the next basic feature is the payment of contributions is obligatory since they are insured against the risk compulsorily. That is, if at all you are paying the premium on time to time, then you are covered for your risks. If at all your life is at risk, then the shared pooled wallet will be helpful for you because you are enrolled into the social insurance. Hope you have understood what is exactly the difference between social assistance and social insurance. We can note it down. Social assistance is compulsorily provided by the state, whereas social assurance is an individual capacity. He will put his money into the common wallet and he will use it in the contingency terms. Next, social assistance is for the needs, whereas social insurance is for the wants. Social assistance is without any monetary involvement of a person. It is provided to the each and every needed person, whereas social insurance is provided to that person if at all he has enrolled in that insurance scheme. Next, we can go to the objective of social security. What is social security? What are those objectives? We have already seen what is social security. It is nothing but if a person is in contingency and he requires the help, then the state is at his help. It will be helpful for him to not to be poverish, that is pulling him to the poverty, and it is provided by the state. Now we can see what are the objectives of social security. Objectives are, first one is compensation, second is restoration, and third is prevention. Are the three major objectives of social security: compensation, restoration, and prevention. What is compensation? It implies the security of income. I told you, for an example, if at all a person is working in a factory and he is a manual labor, he works some manual things, and if at all he gets handicapped, that means his company may remove him from the job role. Then there is no security for the income. In this, the if at all employee is involved or he is contributing in the terms of insurance, that is in the terms of monthly payment, then this insurance will lead to the compensation of his income security. That is, we can see the definition. It is based on this consideration that during the period of contingency of risk, the individual and his or his family should not be subjected to a double calamity, thus by distribution on loss of health, limb, life, or work. वी कैन इजीली एक्सप्लेन दिस इन इंग्लिश और हिंदी. समझिए, अगर एक कोई आदमी है जो फैक्ट्री में काम करता है और उसका कोई पैर या हाथ फ्रैक्चर हो गया, तो उसका एक महीने का जो इनकम रहता है वो नहीं आता है. तब उस वक्त ये इंश्योरेंस जो रहता है वो सिक्योरिटी, जो सोशल सिक्योरिटी रहता है, वो उससे कॉम्पेंसेट करता है. दिस इज नथिंग बट compensation of the social security. Next, what is the objective of the second objective of the social security is restoration. Restoration commutates cure of one's sickness, re-employment to restore him. That is, if at all he gets fracture, a employee has got fractured his hand, then this restoration will help him to restore to his original position and he will be able to work again. That is nothing but restore him to the original position. This is the second objective of social security. Then the third object is prevention. If at all see, in social security you are provided with medical benefits, And if at all a person has got fractured, then with the sudden medical treatment, we can restore, we can prevent him from the calamity. That is, prevention measures are directed to avoid the loss of productive capacity due to sickness, unemployment, or invalidity to earn. We have in the previous, we have left one statement of ILO, that is International Labour Organization. The ILO defines social assistance. This is important. Try to remember what is social assistance as per International Labour Organization. International Labour Organization defines social assistance schemes as one that provides benefit to persons of small means granted as a right in amount is enough to meet a minimum standard of need and financed from taxation. Social assistance are the schemes that provides benefit to a person of small means granted as of right in amount is enough to meet a minimum standard of need and financed for taxation. The special characteristics of this measure is that it is financed wholly from the general revenues of the state and benefits are provided free of cost. Try to understand, this is very important, that the benefits are provided free of cost, whereas in terms of social insurance it is not free of cost. You need to pay premiums, then only you will be available to get the benefits from that pooled resource. Next we can move to the topic called social security measures in India. What are the social security measures in India? In 1927, formulating a health insurance scheme received the attention of the Government of India in 1927. The Royal Commission on Labour also stressed the need for health insurance for industrial workers. The first was the industrial workers got the attention for the insurance, that is health insurance. In 1940, 1941 as well as in 1942, there was a committee appointed by Government of India under the chairmanship of B.P. Adarkar. This is important, remember it. The committee was headed by B.P. Adarkar in 1943. This committee gave up some suggestions and from which there was an act pulled out, that is Employee State Insurance Act of 1948. Professor B.P. Adarkar developed the first social security scheme in India in 1944. Now we can go for what are the insurance that are available in India for the industrial workers. There are many insurance acts as well as many provisions which will lead to the social security of the general public as well as the industrial workers. In the upcoming videos or in the further sessions, we can see what are those exact acts and what does it deals with, and some of the provisions of those acts such as Employee State Insurance Act of 1948, Employee Provident Fund Act of 1952, Women's Compensation Act of 1923, Maternity Benefit Act of 1961, Payment Gratuity Act of 1972. These all we will deal in details in the upcoming sessions. So please get tuned and do subscribe the channel, share and do press the bell icon for get the further notifications. Thanks for watching. Thank you.